Yo, Haven, what's good? What's good? First and foremost, let me start with pardon off for not having no shirt on. It is very hot in my room. It's so hot. One, two. It is what 4:05 in the rising right now. I can't rest. In these times, I don't rest much. You know, my energy be so high. So, with that being said, I say, you know what? Let me get back to the family. So, if you're new to the channel, hit the like button, hit the sub button. If you want to connect with me more, bond a little better, follow me on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? You feeling generous? Throw some love to the Cash App. You know what I'm saying? All the links is in the description. To be honest with you, hit the links. I'll be on Instagram a lot, just in my own little bubble, talking my little stuff. You know what I'm saying? So come mess with me, man. With that being said, let's get right into it. I don't know what I'm gonna name the video once again, but we gonna figure that out when we cross the bridge. Let's get it. Before I press play, I just want to give my great gratitude and thanks to all the people, all the beings and energies that work with me, through me, beside me, in benevolence. All the people that been rocking out with me, coming to check in with me and all of that. I give great gratitude and thanks, man. But let's get it.
Matrix update.
Alright, I had to start with that because I don't know that one guy name on the Joe Rogan Experience, but didn't he say speaking on mushrooms is an explosive conversation for him? And now let's go back. They said black fungus, but I see mushrooms at the top. Okay, mushrooms is a fungus. We know that. But it's clear as day, it's mushrooms. So, can these radiation mushrooms be some type of, I don't know, man, the government be on some stuff there, man.
Matrix update, and this update is all about the 6th of June, which is coming up. You know, it's the 6th day of the 6th month, 2024.
This clip got copyrighted, so I had to throw this little audio
to say the world is ending on this day, because it's not. You know, I'm just bringing this to your awareness that they use numerology through everything in this matrix. The inorganic ones that have been manipulating this matrix, this is what they do. They use numerology, gematria, to script everything. This is why there's no coincidence that the controlled opposition character, Ryan Garcia, which we should all know is controlled opposition, there's no coincidence why he said that's going to be something that happens in LA on the 6th of June. Just listen.
I did say June 6th there will be an earthquake, and I've been saying that for 3.5 years.
He's throwing up hand symbols, aka mudras.
Of this year?
I think there's going to be an earthquake that hits
11 and mudras.
In June 6th?
Yeah. Maybe even a little earlier, but yeah, I think...
Is that why you're in Texas?
Yeah, actually that's a big reason.
Because this is what controlled opposition puppets do. They have to expose truth. They have to tell us stuff that's going to happen in this world, because it's part of their character for karmic retribution, so karma does not come back onto them. So he's saying there's going to be an earthquake on the 666 day, and this could definitely happen, but also there's going to be things that are kind of hidden from us that is going to happen on this day, because it's literally spiritual warfare going on right now. So a lot of things are going to happen in the unseen, and it's no coincidence once again that on the 6th of June 666 they're releasing a movie called The Watchers. If you know about The Watchers, you know, like, come on. And this is all linked up to CERN, the portals that they've been putting all around the world.
I don't know about the Watchers, so let me ask you, are the Watchers monitoring spirits? Just asking.
Because they are letting entities into this world, into our world. And the spiritual realm is really merging with this earthly realm that we live in. So there's no coincidence that The Watchers, the movie The Watchers, is coming out on the 6th of June. So from now until the 6th of June, you just want to observe everything that's happening in this matrix and start working on yourself, you know, start tapping into a higher vibration so you're not on that low vibration when these events happen. You know, it has to get bad before it gets good. It's all about duality. We got to understand this. So yes, there's a lot of darkness that has to be played out, but it's not a forever thing. So just, you know, stay strong and know that this darkness, it will clear up soon.
What y'all think about that? Robotic fish, look at this.
可以，哎，这个可以。刚才这老兄说了，就这个去这个
If they got
去这
this,
个看车，
I'm saying what else they got?
到间谍，
You know what else
然
they got, but
后
I'm just
这个
saying.
游完了再游，完了电能耗多长时间？半个小时，8个小时。
Here we are yet again, almost a month in, and this stuff is not melted yet. I mean, look at this right here, look at this. And y'all gonna say, oh, because, or some of y'all gonna be like, oh, it's got xanthan gum in it, look. What do you think that's doing to your body right there? Y'all seriously think about that, man. My wife and I cut this out about a year ago. We both lost like 80, 85 pounds. This stuff, it's no good, man. Y'all just quit eating it, I'm telling you.
I used to love those little cones, man. Them little, you go to the store, get them for $1, or when you go to the supermarket, you get the box of 6. Yeah, nice.
Example of a food that's a vaccine?
You recognize?
Yes.
Not nice. You're talking about, yeah, nice. Not nice. They used to taste good. Like, I used to like them, but I don't eat dairy anymore. I wouldn't even eat that after learning that anyway, but I don't eat dairy or meat, so.
University of California, Riverside has already perfected the ability to put human vaccines into our lettuce right now. Also tomatoes have the ability to do that also for UC Berkeley. And then Big Tobacco, RJ Reynolds and stuff has perfected the ability to put a human vaccine into tobacco products.
What?
Chairman Clements?
And is that even
In the tobacco? I don't know, but listen, man, for my people who indulge in MJ and marijuana, I'm just saying, we might have to let it go for real, man. Now they playing with the tobacco. That could be the grabber. Come on now. And tomatoes. I love cherry tomatoes since they're alkaline. So it's like, what the, you know, WTF.
legal to do in the state of Tennessee to sell those with a vaccine in them?
You recognize?
Well, I'm not arguing that point. What I'm saying is there is no law deeming those that when you go into a grocery store, you should know as a consumer, this head of lettuce is a head of lettuce. The head of lettuce right next to it could contain a vaccine in it. All we're saying is if it does have the vaccine in it, make sure it's listed as a pharmaceutical so people can get the proper dosage.
What?
My question is right now, can you walk into a grocery store and there be a head of lettuce for sale that has a vaccine in it? I don't think that's allowed under state law presently. And if it is, and you have to list it as a pharmaceutical, are we going to then have Walgreens pharmacists with a refrigerated section? I mean, how's this going to play out?
Yeah, like.
You recognize?
Thank you. This is more of a consumer protection bill right here, is to make sure that if you're going in to buy tomatoes and there's a polio vaccine in
chicken we eat could be worsening or even causing bladder infections. ABC's Jim Avila has the results of a joint investigation by the ABC News and the Food and Environment Reporting Network.
The bathroom.
It could be called America's most persistent pain.
Are you having these symptoms right now? Yes. You again?
8 million women, including 29-year-old Adrienne LeBeau, suffer from bladder infections.
It feels like I have some type of infection that just won't go away.
Infections that now occur more often and last longer because, according to a growing number of medical researchers worldwide, superbugs resistant to antibiotics and growing in America's favorite food, chicken, are being transmitted to humans in the form of E. coli.
We're finding the same or related E. coli in human infections and in retail meat sources, specifically chicken.
If the researchers are right, what's new here is this is compelling evidence of a direct link between the pervasive, difficult-to-cure human disease and the antibiotic-fed chicken we buy at the grocery store.
What this new research shows is that we may in fact know where it's coming from. It may be coming from antibiotic use in agriculture.
The FDA says 80% of all antibiotics sold in the United States are fed to livestock,
Wow,
even healthy
I
chickens,
ain't know
to
that.
protect them from disease in cramped quarters and to help them grow bigger, faster.
We're particularly interested in chickens. They, in many cases, are getting drugs from the time they were in an egg.
The chicken industry says there could be other factors, overuse of antibiotics by humans, and no study has proven that a superbug from poultry transfers directly to a human. But researchers point out a study like that cannot be done. It's unethical. And there is persuasive evidence, they say, that chicken carries bacteria with the highest levels of resistance to medicine.
Did you think, I'll go to the doctor and it'll be cured?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I did.
And what did you find out?
Oh, it was cured for a little while, and then it comes back with a vengeance.
The epidemic of urinary infections in this country is not...
Woo! She said come back with a vengeance. So I could, man, I don't even, let me not even speak that up.
Not only painful for millions of women, it is expensive. The cost of treatment, because not just one course of antibiotics works anymore, has risen to more than $1 billion a year.
Hey, y'all. I ain't never seen nobody make a damn stove out of rotten vegetables and fruit, bro. So basically what he does with the vegetables and fruits that he doesn't use, or you know, the scraps, he takes them and puts them into this plastic bottle and lets them ferment overnight or like a few days or a week. And then he uses the gases from the fermentation process to cook his food, bro. This gotta be the greenest stove that's ever been invented in the history of mankind. Like, he's using his leftover food that normally he would throw away as freaking fuel to cook food that he's gonna eat. But I'm not gonna lie, some of that fruit still looks kind of fresh.
Word.
Like, damn, you could have ate some of that fruit, bro. Or at least use old rotten fruit. There he goes, putting it in the corner so it can ferment.
No, I gotta go back, because what was that? See, they tucking sauce, Haven. They are tucking sauce. They want to teach us something, right? But why they ain't teach us what was that he put in there? What was that, salt? What was that, bro? Hold on.
That normally he would throw away as freaking fuel to cook food that he's gonna eat. But I'm not gonna lie, some of that fruit still looks kind of fresh. Like, damn, you...
What is that right there? That he's sprinkling in there?
Could have...
What is that?
Ate some of that fruit, bro. Or at least use old rotten fruit. There he goes, putting it in the corner so it could ferment. And now he's got his cooking fuel, bro. Not gonna lie, though, I don't like the fact that he used fresh vegetables on this thing. I wonder how much fuel he ends up getting anyway. Cause this really cannot be worth it. How long do you think it can light a pot for? But here's the final process. You finally see it work. My man made fire out of fruits.
This will be one of the wildest things you've ever heard in your life. This video is for entertainment purposes only. If you've never heard of the secret, it's...
We definitely spoke on this. We spoke about this on this channel.
Said to have been written by the Rockefellers. But look, I thought this was crazy. This is what the ChatGPT AI responded when I asked it to type out the secret for me. I ended up finding a video of this woman right here reading it.
The secret was created by none other than the Rockefellers, and maybe even someone even higher than them, let's be honest. But this is their secret in their closet, things that they wanted to follow. And if you're a conspiracy...
I'm sorry, but like I'm entirely sick of the internet, the media, whoever said, oh, y'all too docile, so y'all gotta watch what y'all say. So I can't be myself because you too docile. Like, y'all blocking out the word covenant like now at this point. Like, come on, bro.
Theorist or critical thinker, and you're aware of what's been going on in the world, you're going to know exactly how suitable this is. This is written word for word, and I want to read it to you. Okay, so bear with me. The secret, an illusion, it will be so large, so vast, it will escape their perception. Those who will see it will be thought of as insane. We'll create separate fronts to prevent them from seeing the connection between us. We will behave as if we are not connected to keep the illusion alive. Our goal will be accomplished one drop at a time so as to never bring suspicion upon ourselves. This will also prevent them from seeing the changes as they occur. We will always stand above the relative field of their experience, for we know the secrets of the absolute. We will work together always, and we will remain bound by blood and secrecy. Death will come to he who speaks. We will keep their lifespan short and their minds weak while pretending to do the opposite. We will use our knowledge of science and technology in subtle ways so that they will never see what's happening. We will use soft metals, aging accelerators, and sedatives and food and water also in the air. They will be blanketed by poisons everywhere they turn. The soft metals will cause them to lose their mind. We will promise to find a cure from our many fronts, yet we will feed them more poison. The poisons will be absorbed through their skin and mouths, and they will destroy their minds and reproductive system. From all this, their children will be born dead, and we will conceal this information. The poisons will be hidden in everything that surrounds them and what they drink, eat, breathe, and wear. We must be ingenious in dispensing the poisons, for they can see far. We will teach them that the poisons are good with fun images and musical tones. Those they look up to will help. We will enlist them to push our poisons. They will see our products being used in the film and will grow accustomed to them and will never know their true effect. When they give birth, we will inject poisons into the blood of their children and convince them that it's for their health.
AKA that little clone joint. What was it called again? You know, the clone mark or whatever on the left arm of a male? Yeah. Let's keep going on.
We will start early on when their minds are young. We will target their children with what the children love most.
I told y'all that wasn't no clone mark. I felt like it was that. They snatch your baby up and go poke him up. That's messed up, man.
Most sweet things. When their teeth decay, we will
they talking about candy.
Children and convince them their products being used in the film and will grow accustomed to them and will never know their true effect. When they give birth, we will inject poisons into the blood of their children and convince them that it's for their help. We will start early on when their minds are young. We will target their children with what the children love most, sweet things. When their teeth decay, we will fill them with metals that will kill their mind and steal their future. When their ability to learn has been affected, we will create medicine that will make them sicker and cause other diseases, for which we will create yet more medicine.
Wow.
We will render them docile and weak before us by our power. They will go depressed, slow, and obese. And when they come to us for help, we will give them more poison. We will focus their attention toward money and material goods, so many never connect with their inner self. We will distract them with fornication, external pleasures, and games, so that they may never be one with the oneness of it all. Their minds will belong to us, and they will do as we say. If they refuse, we shall find ways to implement mind-altering technology into their lives. We will use fear as our weapon. We will establish the governments and establish opposites within. We will own both sides. We will always hide our objective but carry out our plan. They will perform the labor for us, and we shall prosper from their toil. Our families will never mix with theirs. Our blood must be always pure, for it is the way. We will make them kill each other when it suits us. We will keep them separated from the oneness by dogma and religion. We will control all aspects of their lives and tell them what to think and how. We will grow them kindly and gently, letting them think that they are guiding themselves. We will foment animosity between them through our factions. When a light shall shine among them, we shall extinguish it by ridicule or death, whichever suits it best. We will make them rip each other's hearts apart and kill their own children. We will accomplish this by using hate as our ally, anger as our friend. The hate will blind them totally, and never shall they see that from their conflicts we emerge as their rulers. They will be busy killing each other. They will bathe in their own blood and kill their neighbors for as long as we see fit. We will benefit greatly from this, for they will not see us, for they cannot see us. We will continue to prosper from their wars and their deaths. They shall repeat this over and over until our ultimate goal is accomplished. We will continue to make them live in fear and anger through images and sounds. We will use all the tools we have to accomplish this. The tools will be provided by their labor. We will make them hate themselves and their neighbors. We will always hide the divine truth from them, that they were all one. This they must never know. They must never know that a man's color is an illusion. They must always think that they are not equal. Drop by drop, we will advance our goal. We will take over their land, resources, and wealth to exercise total control over them. We will deceive them into accepting laws that will steal the little freedom they will have. We will establish a money system that will imprison them forever, keeping them and their children in debt. When they shall band together, we will accuse them of crimes and present a different story to the world, for we shall own all the media. We will use our media to control the flow of information and their sentiment in our favor. When they shall rise up against us, we will crush them like insects, for they are less than that.
Wow.
They will be helpless to do anything, for they will have no weapons. We will recruit some of their own to carry out our plans. We will promise them eternal life, but eternal life they will never have, for they are not us.
No weapons, because they got military grade stuff. And here we are with the local friendly consumer firearms. And you got to have a license and documentations and all of this paperwork. If you don't, it's an illegal firearm, which causes you to go to jail, imprisonment for a certain amount of more time that they rob you of, more freedom that they rob you of. Like,
The recruits will be called initiates and will be indoctrinated to believe false rites of the passage to their higher realms. Members of these groups will think that they are one with us, never knowing the truth. They must never learn this truth, for they will turn against us. For their work, they will be rewarded with earthly things and great titles, but never will they become immortal and join us. Never will they receive the light and travel the stars. They will never reach their higher realms, for the killing of their own kind will prevent passage to the realm of enlightenment. This they will never know. The truth will be hidden in their face, so close they will not be able to focus on it until it's too late. Oh yes, so grand the illusion of freedom will be that they will never know that they are our slaves. When all is in place, the reality we will have created for them will own them. This reality will be their prison. They will live in self-delusion. When our goal is accomplished, a new era of domination will begin. Their minds will be bound by their beliefs, the beliefs we have established from time. But if they ever find out they are our equal, we shall perish. This they must never know. If they ever find out that together they can vanquish us, they will take action. They must never ever find out what we have done, for if they do, we shall have no place to run, for it will be easy to see who we are once the veil has fallen. Our actions will have revealed who we are, and they will hunt us down, and no person shall give us shelter. This is the secret by which we shall live the rest of our present and future lives, for this reality will transcend many generations and lifespans.
I couldn't wait for her to be done. I'm not gonna lie. I was anticipating her being done. But does that not sound like The Matrix? Does that not sound like the quote unquote, because it's not the actual, but does that not sound like the system? You know, the reality that the system, the Matrix creates for us. Break from that shit, man. Break from that shit. Straight up and down, bro.
Okay, you guys, so there are 3 glands in the brain. You have the pineal gland, the pituitary gland, and the thalamus. The thalamus produces dopamine, and if dopamine is being wasted or not produced due to obstruction and unhealthy habits, the results include bipolar, anorexia, old aging, PTSD, mental disorders, schizophrenia, dementia, depression, anxiety, addiction, claustrophobia, all from the lack of dopamine, okay? So your pituitary gland secretes serotonin and your pineal gland secretes melatonin that rejuvenates new blood cells and reverses the aging process, as well as keeps systems from shutting down. It helps you with your imagination during sleep. Your pituitary gland secretes a hormone which is a natural mood stabilizer, serotonin. It makes the body feel happy. Wakefulness. It stops bleeding, it eliminates depression, heals wounds, removes toxins by controlling our bowels, and it aids in sleep. Also regulates appetite and digestion. So guys, your 3 glands are the 3 wise men that bring gifts to Christ when he is born. So the Christos, or Christos, means gold in Greek. So the golden oil is a gift for all of us. These oils, they mix together. You have the pineal gland produces the honey, the gold, and the pituitary gland produces the milk, which is the silver. So gold and silver, or milk and honey, it's the promised land, Garden of Eden. When you add your chakras, it equals 140.
I ain't religious, but he make it make sense. I just like when people make it make sense. So hit that like button, hit the sub button, hit them comments up so we can discuss and dissect.
That's why the Bible says 144,000 go to heaven. Well, they go up to your head, which is heaven. Earth is heart, hell is heel. But here's the deal is that when you turn on your blue light filter, you're able to produce these hormones like melatonin, serotonin, and dopamine. And the goal is to destroy your glands so that you have to purchase an alternative way of connecting to the source. You're going to need to go into the metaverse with God.
AKA transhumanism. They think they so slick. They think they slick, bro. I need to go ahead and get me some blue light filtering glasses again.
Goggles, because your glands can't produce these anymore. So the goal is that they want to destroy your human body so that you never reach so that you never maximize your human potential and become supernatural with supernatural abilities.
Which we are doing now.
So this is the medium pressure going up and out, and then down and out, down and out, and then back to the plane of inertia, right? It doesn't escape that.
Right.
This does escape. So it goes out, back in, out, back in. And this one just stays on the top, okay? So it's like this. It goes out, back in, out, back in, out, back in. Now the high pressure goes out, back in, out, back in, out, back in. So there you have it. You see that? That's what you are.
This is a diagram of the 12-strand DNA pattern, okay? That's in the Cathar manual, and I think it's also in the Templar book. But I've added some things here that are in chicken scratch right now because I didn't have time to typeset them. That takes forever to put these little paste ups on. But what I have added to this, these are the star crystal seal, the fire codes in between the DNA strands that I've been talking about. These are the DNA strands. Strands are numbered, and in between each, you have a fire code. Now, these are the fire code numbers. These are on the diagrams before. Okay, these are the fire code numbers. What I've added are the seal numbers. The seal numbers and the fire code numbers are different. Okay? The seal numbers mean when this fire code goes, this is the seal it corresponds to. That's the seal that's going to be releasing in the DNA and in the body. There's another diagram in there. It shows you the chakras. It's like a skinny body standing there with like the main vertical current and the chakras. It also shows you the star crystal seals. When these things fire in the DNA, that's when the corresponding ones that have the same, if you look at the frequencies involved, because again they're just numbered like, I think, star crystal seals. We didn't have the seal activation sequence then, so we just literally listed them.
If class was like this in school, I would have paid 1,000 times attention. 1,000% attention is all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I think one was probably the red crystal seal, etc. Yeah, it's on the charts. There's a chart in, I think it's toward the back of those books. But anyway, with this, I've also put the dates. All right. Now we've already begun this process. May 2000. Okay. Seal number 2, May 2000. Seal number 1. These are the things. Seal number 3 is over here, July 2000. These have begun to activate. These usually go 3 to 6 months, but it's 3 to 12 months, but 3 to 6 is really more in the time frame you're going to start to see activation. So these are the things that are going to start to be activating in your body, literally, because the planetary grids are activating these things. So when the grids go, it triggers it in the body. Now, as we're working with the techniques that we have, even the ones that are all, that you guys already have, we are helping to balance this process. All right. Now, if we look here, see these little guys here? These little strange-shaped black things? And they have the numbers, the J3, J1, J2. This shows you what seals have the Jehovian seals attached to them. They're the ones that are, it's important to when they're going off that you use this particular code. And I'll show you how to do it because there's a real easy way.
Before she shows us how to do it, because I don't know what they expect. I ain't watched this. But, man, I would have been paying so much attention in class. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, it's like, I just learned that, it's not even I learned, it's like confirmation, like, okay, so I got on my path last May. And, well, in the past May. You know what I'm saying? In the previous May. I don't want to, pardon, because there's no last. It's going to keep going. But anyway, whatever. It's like, she said it takes months for things to activate. So it's like, things I have been experiencing since it's been 1 year. Man, that's why I don't upload much on YouTube, because I really have things going on the back end. It's like, then it's like I'm not working, so it's like, all right, what do I do? Worry about the matrix and finances, or worry about my inner self, my higher self, my well-being. Now the only thing is really my issue. It's not even an issue. It's like a blockage or like a obstacle. Is the whole financial system in my way, being that I'm not in a place of work. But that, for the most part, I'm at a place of peace. Like I'm very, very content with who I am, what I am, knowing who and what I am, and things to come. So buckle up. Like I tell you all the time, buckle up, throw your seatbelt on, and get right, because we practically here. It's those of you who are aligned, we about to experience something real soon.
It's real important for the ones who have the little Jehovah's seals marked with them. These are the times you really, really need to use this particular QVECA code. All right, you can use the Trivecas and.
Oh, we're gonna pause that. Hold on, I don't care. But I pause it too much. You don't like it? Go ahead, beat your feet. I'm sorry. We don't condone in none of that low vibrational stuff. But when you throw a jab, we gonna throw a hook. You know what I'm saying? Oh, hold on. That just reminded me. Thank you, Haven, for complaining, saying I pause it too much. Anyhow, back to that secret covenant stuff. Whoever made that and signed for that, and all of that, whoever contributed to that, you know how they had the 1,000 cuts of death. We need to do infinite blows of death, straight boop, 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 hands and feet on them, and you know what I'm saying. But stay high vibrational. We don't condone no violence. This is merely speculation, entertainment, and educational purposes, YouTube.
Trivecas is with them, but first start with this one, because this will do the most harmonizing and balancing. All right, I'll tell you how to use it in a minute. But you have this right in that little packet, that, you know, the information you just got. And this is why I was late, but I said I don't want them to leave without having this, because this shows you can look at it, what's going off when in your body. Okay. Also want you to see this one. This is a diagram from the Cathara book, and it appears a couple other places too. But what this one is doing, and what the information on this is showing you, is where the Jehovah's seal.
Yo, I'm sorry, man, that I keep pausing it, but listen, I have so many questions and so many. I just got things to say. This Ashiana Dean person, I mess with her a lot, man. You know, I like her a lot. But I want to know, what was her time period? Because it's like all the footage we see on her seems old and outdated, like an old camera. But could it be this information and footage was held for this specific time? I'm just saying.
Are located in the body. All right. These are the areas of the body that become affected. Now, Jehovah's Seal 5, for example, is here, but it's rear. So it means it's like here, but back here. So when that goes, you would be getting pain in through here. All right? There's ones that would have pain in through here. It affects the left side of the body. These up here, you have Seal 4, Seal 6. J1 is up there. They affect the brain as well, which can affect the eyesight, the jaw, the hearing, all sorts of things. These are blockages, reversals, where the way your currents are supposed to be running actually gets inverted and reversed, because they're trying to drag your astral body down into phantom. All right.
Okay.
Now, these are the things that we will be able to heal by using the QVECA code. And now, we were given exercises before of using the BiVECA and TriVECA together with a salutation. So people who have that one, you can use that too. They do something else that's just as important. But right now, the crisis point is going to be getting these things broken up, where they literally kind of break up and just purge in little pieces so they don't devastate the frequencies trying to come through. And that's what this code will do. It'll also do it in the planetary grids. That's why they're giving it to us now. Begins the process of activating in our bodies, in our ley line system, the 4 faces of man grid. But these are the areas that would be affected. I know that I've been having trouble with these up here. All right, this one up here, and some of these are in the rear. I've been getting pain, like in here, and really sore, just like really stiff, and just sometimes it even clicks. I go clink, clink, and what is in there? You know? Michael has been having a terrible time with this one, the one that runs down in through here, and it affects like the whole 7-axis.
Yo, let me know if y'all having pains in those areas and you don't got no explanation for it. You know what I'm saying? Our DNA is activating.
tonal line. And just like on the maps that we saw, the Jehovian seals on the planet were placed on axiotonal line 7, planetary axiotonal line 7. That was that 70-degree west, longitude. Well, it's axiotonal line 7 that they're on in the body too. These lines in your body correspond to the axiotonal line system on the planet, which means when certain things are running through certain axiotonal lines on the planet, they're going to be running through your body too. We're going to be experiencing a couple different things in the body. One is the purging of these Jehovian seals, which isn't particularly fun sometimes, but you can get through it, particularly when you have the secret weapon now, the secret medicine, which is the mathematical coding that allows you to bring.
What is this, man? Listen, all the beings and energies, including the crystals that work with me, through me, beside me, in benevolence. As I look at this image, please help me enter and understand this image, this equation, whether I enter and understand it at the moment or not. Grace, gratitude, and thanks in advance.
The primal sound field frequencies into the body to break those up. We're also going to be experiencing, and this started in Kauai actually, these axiotonal lines, there's a bunch of them that haven't been operational because of what the DNA is doing. Because of the planetary grids being activated in the early activation of Stargate 6, that started in the planet doing something called opening the halls of Amareya. The halls of Amareya are a passage of frequency that goes from D12 to D9 to D6 to D3 to D1. It jumps down. Instead of going through like D12, 11, 10, 9, it runs down, and it runs down the Cathara grid. But what it'll do, it's going to open up the corresponding number 12, number 9, number 6, number 3, and number 1. And most of those, like 3, 6, and 9, are here. These have been blocked and running on low D3 current for a very long time. So you may start to get effects. They're usually not painful, but I've been getting stiffness lately. A little bit like, we're stiff, like the cells are going, enough already. I can't handle any more frequency coming through. That, when you get the pains over there, that's not like a crisis. You don't have to get scared about that. If it hurts, you can clear it usually by running Maharic frequency and resting. All right? It just means that you have frequency coming through that your molecules aren't used to processing, and they're stretching and kind of like when you're small and you get growing pains in your leg bones. Did you ever get that? I used to get that. And it was just literally the legs are growing, the molecules are stretching, it doesn't feel.
Yeah, I need a 14 rotation, 2 cycles of class with this woman.
Too great sometimes. You'll get a little bit of that within the right side of the body, but the ones that we really need to do something with in ourselves so they don't begin to harm us. And if we do it in ourselves, and enough of us do it, it will start to clear it out of the mass, body patterns. So it will literally help to save people's lives and help them to come through the stellar activation cycle. Once we get a critical mass in the planetary grids, clearing those Jehovian seals, then we won't have to work directly with our own. But in the meantime, we're more activated right now than the planetary grids are. All right, we're holding more frequency. We're consciously running frequency. So right now we need to, just like we need to activate a Maharic seal if we expect D12 current to come through our bodies, we also need to run very simple, and thank God with this one, it's simple. The exercise is not hard. Now you can amplify this if you want to. You can, in Sarasota we learned how to use the biveka and triveka by literally drawing the symbol on the bottom of our feet and then doing the salutation where you're doing the conscious Merkaba spin to get the spins going in the right direction. You can use this code that way. You can use this.
She said draw that on the bottom of your feet and spin in a circle. That's what I got.
Code in round tables, but you can also just use it sitting or laying there, and it will still, work as long as you activate, do your Insta seal, Insta Maharic seal, get your D12 frequency running, and then there's 4 places.
Hold on, we pausing that. As the Maharic shield is composed of 10, 11, and 12 dimensional scalar grids, Mahara hover body, it contains within it the 144 frequency subharmonics of the entire 12 dimensional spectrum. See Maharata current. Because of its 144 subharmonic scalar wave spectrum, the 12-dimensional level of the Maharic, I'm about to say something else. Maharic shield can reset the original non-distorted imprint of particle phasing flash line sequences within the entire Cathara grid 12 tree. Yo, man. I'm telling you, man, we need to go to her classes.
You need to move the image of the symbol too. and just literally breathe it in and out. And I'll show you what they are in a minute. But what they'll do is progressively begin to hit these things with sound tones from the primal sound fields. And because these are like disharmonic sound tones, but they're not as loud, let's say. It's not sound to hear, but if one sound was louder, it would be the louder one that would eventually override the one that wasn't as loud. These might be nasty, but they're not as loud. So when the frequencies of the primal sound fields come through, because you're activating them with that template, you know, with that, because that is a template, that's a mathematical template. When you activate them, it will progressively break them up, and you might even find, it's kind of interesting.
Yo, listen, if y'all really rock with me, man, go ahead and rewind in the video and go draw that equation up. Draw that entire symbol equation. Draw it up on a piece of paper, because it'll be like a form of manifestation. As above, so below. Intention from the heart, and then you're doing the physical work. Trust me, man. Yeah.
If you're a person who's used to looking into bodies, like with psychic healing, so I know some of you do that, you will actually see what looks like soot coming down in the energy lines in the body, or sometimes it'll like hang out here, like in the etheric body, right outside the body, literally as they're breaking up.
We need that photo right there, yo. That's the photo we need, the equation. She said something there. I need to go back. She said just draw it up and breathe and breath work or something there. We need to get in tune, y'all. Because every time I watch this woman, it feels like I need to do some studying. Word.
There are three types of souls. Some of us are earth-based souls. So an earth-based soul is a soul that was designed to incarnate and evolve in body on Earth, usually hundreds, if not 1,000 or more lives on Earth, growing and evolving, tripping and falling in human life. There is a soul nursery in the higher realm. Earth-based souls are prepared to come to Earth before they come to Earth.
What's the second?
Second one is an interplanetary soul. People can exchange that term. It could be starseed means the same, ET means the same. That's a soul that evolves somewhere other than Earth. The only reason those souls come into body on Earth is because they come from an evolved perspective. They come to help us here. Number three is an angelic soul. An angelic soul comes from the angelic realm. That realm of souls supports the divine. Angelic souls carry the energy of the high frequency we think of as source. That's basically a love and compassion energy. So their signature energy, their reason for coming to Earth, is to aid a more acceptance, a greater peace, love, compassion perspective.
Do they generally have different human traits and personalities?
There are 7 soul archetypes. We carry a signature orientation to life, one of 7 archetypes.
Whether you're earth-based, angelic, or interplanetary, how does it affect you on this planet?
So I'll speak about interplanetary souls and I'll speak about angelics. Interplanetary souls often struggle. They just struggle with the way of life of humans, and that's not to say that there aren't humans of capability and integrity and kindness. There certainly are.
We know there are.
The value of understanding, am I earth-based? Am I interplanetary? Am I angelic? Is to understand ourselves.
When do we know what we have? When we die, or can we find out when we're still alive?
Some of my clients, before they come for regression, already either know or have a sense of, they'll say, I don't come from here. When I was a child, I was fascinated with staring out at the night sky. I was fascinated with the movement of the planet.
Facts. That's a fact. In my younger years, man, I used to count the stars. I'm about to cry damn near thinking about this shit. That shit is crazy. When I was young, I used to stare at the stars, and I used to count the stars. The stars, which are really galaxies, or whatever. I'm counting the stars. And my mother told me, oh, if you count the stars, you're going to get a fisheye. I guess that's Dominican's terminology for a sty. And I'm like, not going to get no damn fisheye. It's not on your eye, nothing. It's a random place on your body. I'm like, anyhow, I believed her enough because, you know, I'm young. It's my mother telling me this. Of course, it's my mom. You're gonna believe Mom Duke, right? So I still continue counting the stars, and I literally manifested a freaking a sty, a fisheye on my kneecap, and I'm like, wow. Now, fast forward up until present time, that just leads me to discern that I'm a master manifester. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was born special. They just convinced me that I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? When I was young, I used to have an imaginary friend, literally under the table playing with action figures with an imaginary friend. I could tell you a bunch of XYZ story times about my lifetime, you know, this current lifetime, life experience, but it ain't flashback, it ain't story time. We not at the campfire, so let's press play because the video's coming to an end.
I knew I came from somewhere out there. Other clients come for regression, and they learn through the regression.
Does the soul separate from the body?
Yes.
And then where does it go? What does it do?
So when we're born, we have a fractal, a portion, a slice of the pie, if you will, of our soul. We bring a percentage of our soul energy into our body at birth. That's what causes us to live and breathe. The remainder is our higher self. The remainder is our soul in the higher realm called the higher self. When we die, that slice of our soul automatically exits the body. It's on autopilot, you might say. Many of us who've been around a loved one who's passing or has passed will feel that shift. That slice of soul returns to the higher self.
Who decides what the soul does, how it reincarnates, how it incarnates?
We always have spiritual guides. We are never without a guiding force from the higher realm.
Tell us about these guides.
So an earth-based soul, an interplanetary soul, an angelic soul always has a lead or a senior guide. That guide is a soul in the higher realm.
Is this like a guardian angel?
Yes, they assist us. Our guide never leaves us. Our guide is benevolent, not judgmental. It's not their job to be judgmental. It's their job to be supportive and guide us toward more effective behavior.
Come open the door. Come open the door.
Yo, man. I almost cried on that story time, y'all. I had to fight through that. I ain't gonna lie, cause man, in this life experience, my story is a lot. It's a lot. And it's I'm just glad for the experience that I was able to remember, and I'm starting to remember more and more. I'm calling my energy back. I'm getting back to me, myself. You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of a little emotional. I had to hold it down. This is gonna be the last clip of the video. Get ready, man, because this is wild. Little comedy. You know what I'm saying? I had to throw some comedy in there for y'all. My eye feel funny, yo. I don't fucking know. Pardon. Let's press play on this last clip right here.
Watch out, right here. He's gonna come on the curb. He's gonna come on the curb. Look, 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 look!
Oh, wildin' though. Yeah, y'all know something was wildin'. I don't know what happened. We don't know the backstory or what happened with them people. But he took that big pickup truck and tried to squeeze through like it's GTA. He's wildin'. Y'all hope y'all like the presentation, this rotation, man. Y'all have an abundant rotation, a blessed rotation. You know what I'm saying? If you're new to the channel, hit the like button, hit the sub button, hit them comments up so we can discuss and dissect. If you've been here, been rocking with me, been waiting it out and all of that, you know what's up, family. You know what's up. I'm doing my best, family. I'm doing my best. I send deep divine abundance, balance, harmony, love, prosperity, strength, and unity. With love, may we meet again.
I'm out of space, I'm flawless. I know slow it down, let's speed it. Taking off, I'm taking off. Buckle up, P2